I don't have all the answers. No one person has a monopoly on ideas. But the organizer in me knows that real creativity takes place when you get concerned people talking together. I have faith in the democratic process. I'm not trying to run from it. I want to embrace it. There's a synergy that makes us more than the sum of our parts. And so I'm going to continue my grassroots approach to justice and politics. I'm going to keep on being that community organizer with a law degree when I'm elected. Now, there's a limit to what a state senator can do, but I will constantly push that limit and use the office to the height of its powers. I'll use every forum available to me to advocate for the people. I'll be building relationships with leadership in the Senate, yes, and organizing other legislators, but equally, I'll be building relationships with people and organizations throughout the district and around the state. We'll build pragmatic statewide coalitions of diverse constituencies to win the changes we're fighting for. Now, it says in the book of Proverbs, where there is no vision, the people perish. Now, to keep ourselves alive spiritually and physically, we know that we must stay focused on our vision of the way things can be. In the midst of 1,000 problems, we must not forget what we hope for. For the sake of all those who suffer, for the sake of our children, we must not stop working for our dreams. We must keep on changing. I see a 13th district whose strength, as Harold Washington knew so well, lies in the diversity of its people. I see a 13th district whose people, not its money, not its large corporations, not its politicians, are its greatest value and strength. I see a district in which every human life has dignity and worth. In concrete terms, that means a district where the ability to pay how much money you have isn't what determines whether or not you receive a quality education or health care. I have a vision of a district in which every child can concentrate and learn in school because they feel safe. I have a vision of a district in which all of our young men are loved and see and feel that their lives have meaning. A district in which, in spite of all the obstacles they face and all the destructive messages of mainstream culture, they still find hope for the future. I see a district in which every man and woman who is sick is cared for and experiences the mercy of healing because they have a state government that has made damn sure that they have health insurance and access to the best medical coverage. I see a 13th district in Illinois where everyone who wants a job, a sustainable, living wage job, a job with dignity and satisfaction and meaning, can get one. A district in which every man can feel proud because his job pays enough to allow him to provide for his children. I have a simple idea, an idea of fairness, according to which jobs and contracts are dispensed fairly to the many qualified people and firms of color. I see a district in which small, home and community-based businesses, like the credit union, have access to the capital they need to grow and thrive, in which men and women who are ex-felons can get a job and a second chance at being productive citizens. I see a 13th district and an Illinois in which every family can afford a home, in which the family home is not a target for exploitation, in which no elderly person, having lived in their home for 40 years, now has to spend their days and nights worrying about when the sheriff is going to knock on their door and put them out. A district in which people can trust that when they enter the public marketplace, the law will not allow them to be defrauded out of their home. I see a district of mixed income communities in which everyone thrives. Everyone is integrated and everyone is included. Finally, I see an Illinois whose elected officials cherish public service, cherish the people's welfare, and cherish democratic principles above the privileges of power. Public officials who say with the prophet Isaiah, "Is this not the fast I choose, to loose the bonds of injustice, to undo the thongs of the yoke, to let the oppressed go free, and to break every yoke. Then your light shall break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up quickly. That's the politics I see. I see a 13th district with a state senator driven by a passion for justice, who advocates tirelessly with and for the people every day he is in office. And I see an Illinois whose citizens once again have faith in their elected officials and their government. Now make no mistake, there's been real progress. We elected Barack Obama president, and in my mind, the awarding of the Nobel Peace Prize was an affirmation of the wisdom of our choice, the people's choice. But there's so much more to change, and we can't stop changing now. We can't stop now. Illinois has the 5th largest economy in the richest, most powerful country in the history of the world. If we can spend $475 million to build Millennium Park in the north end of this district, then we can increase funding for public education in the south end by that much and more. Let's keep changing. If we can mobilize private industry and state and local government to apply for the 2016 Olympic Games, raising and spending $80 million in the process just to apply, we can fund a program to save the homes of people in Illinois. Let's keep changing. And if we were willing to invest $4.8 billion, mostly within this district, for the Olympics, we should be willing to invest that much money in a jobs plan that puts every man and woman back to work. Let's keep changing. Don't stop now. Let's keep changing. But change is not free. Change is not easy. It takes work. It takes all of us working together. It takes pooling our resources. And so I end today by asking for your support and your involvement, and not just your vote. I need you to volunteer, to contribute in whatever amounts you can afford. This is a grassroots campaign. My dad is not financing my campaign. Al Hofeld Jr. and his comrades and friends and community are financing this campaign. So I need you to hold coffees. I need you to hold house parties. I need you to help me proactively spread the word of mouth to your friends, your neighbors, your family. The only way we're going to win is by touching enough people. And the only way we can touch enough people is by having enough volunteers. So please help. Together we can change the 13th district and we can change Illinois. Thank you again for coming today. I appreciate it very much.